when you get married, you go through a preparation process. Mm-hmm. Now, I am not a fan of just the normal premarital counseling and coaching and all that. I'm not. I've been through it before and that didn't work. And it don't make no sense to me that you get all this support before you say I do. And then after you do, it's like they don't care anymore. What happened to the support system? That's trash. Mm-hmm. When you say I do, that's when you need the most support, because that's when she's not putting the cap on the toothpaste no more. Mm-hmm. And I need some help with this before I hurt her. Like, that's when you need the help. So it's all this preparation up front. And then once you say, I do, you got gifts, everybody gone, and you looking at each other. And now you finding out the small things that you didn't have access to when you were dating. So that is why in our community, we support the wives all the way through, and we support ladies who want to become wives.
So you mean to tell me that you'll get your hair done, your nails done, and your makeup done, but then you won't do anything to help you?
Girl, that math ain't matching.
No. So when is it going to be the time that we stop working on the outer things and start figuring out the inner things?
Girl, I think the time is now. And so for you, I'd encourage you to strut over, slide over, get on through, getandstaymarried.com. Because what we have for you is not just this great conversation like we're having today.
Yes.
But it's an entire community to help you know and love yourself, but focus on what we put in and what we put on. So all our clients have a personal stylist, a year with a finance coach, a flexibility coach, a sex educator, because there's a lot of people having sex,
but they not good at it.
Oh, don't let that be you. So go ahead, sis, slide on through, getandstaymarried.com. But for now, back to the show.
What's going on, good people? This is Eric Armstrong, and we back at it. The Romance and Real Estate Podcast, where we
help you level up in life, love,
and money.
Yo, dig, I don't think that we regularly introduce each other.
Really?
Like I just said my name. I don't think we've been just rolling. I mean, you know who I am at this point, but you know what I'm saying? Tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know and they catching up.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you're new to the crew, hello. I am Shanoria, known as the queen of wife coaching. And I help ladies who want to know and love themselves before they love somebody else so they can learn the lessons that their wounds are meant to teach and finally become a happy wife for life.
And I am Erica, no relationship to Shanoria Walker, and I am your confidence catalyst. And I help women allow themselves to not compromise in their confidence.
There it is. All right, so check this out. I'm going to be honest with y'all. We were not going to do this episode because Shanoria
I was say why?
Didn't feel like, she wasn't vibing with the subject. So today we're going to talk about do's and don'ts of boyfriends and girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? But Shanoria felt a certain way. Well, tell us about how you...
Wait, Eric.
My bad.
You gotta back up.
Let's start over.
We are honoring a question that we received like we said we would.
There it is.
So that's why we decided to push forward, because we do it for you.
Okay.
So even if we're not all on the same page, we're going to give you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Okay, so now
I like that. She got your back.
Yeah.
She said,
and
bro.
My friend,
she said, bro, be cool. Hold
even
on.
though she don't want to be related to me, and that's cool. That's cool.
I caught that.
What was that about?
I know. I was just... Let me clarify for the people. Let me clarify for the
they
people.
quick with it, bro. So I'm going to be honest with you. We tired, long day recording yesterday.
Wait.
I go check them into the hotel. And so I'm walking in. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, man, I'm hangry. Let me go home and get some food and just chill. And so I'm just like, hey, I got a reservation for today. The lady's like, okay. Then they walk in behind me. I'm not really tapped into that. And so she was just looking at me like, oh, okay. And then they was just like, no, he's leaving. We're staying. She thought we was about to have a situation.
Let's be clear.
I was like, no, that's not what's happening.
I was like, damn. And then the other one started laughing like, yeah, we thought y'all was
she tried to clean it up because she was trying to be very professional. She was like, oh, no. It's complete.
But I didn't even see it like that. But they was both on the backside I was like, oh, no.
It's not going down like that. Not in these streets. No,
So context, I was saying no relation because people think that we're related because we have the same last
doubt.
name.
Right.
That's what I was clarifying for the people.
People asked me that before too, though.
I mean, I'm sure they do. But I mean, I would just let them believe it. She my sister in the spirit.
Well, I love
It's okay, I'm salty. But y'all go ahead about the do's and don'ts of relationships. And then I'll trickle in while I really wasn't a fan. But let's go ahead.
Okay.
So why you ain't a fan, though?
No. To me, I feel as though in order to most effectively help someone, I would need to speak to them.
Mhm.
Because giving broad strokes about do's and don'ts for a relationship seems a little unfounded, because what works for me may not work for you,
Mhm.
and what works for you may not work for Mike. So how are we going to give the most value? So I would just say, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, to take what works for you. But if you're really serious about leveling up, whether it be in life, love, and money, or rental properties or whatever, honor yourself and get the support you need directly. Don't just take what you hear out in these streets and then go home and try to apply all of it and then get upset with us when it doesn't work out. That's all I'm saying. And I see enough of that in the street.
Mm-hmm.
I see enough for broad stroking. So we really want to be different. So that's why at first I was like, but you're right. The people ask the questions. The people want to know. We got to get the people what they want.
Not only that, what I gather from what you said is that they need to contact you.
I mean,
for a deeper understanding of the do's and don'ts, though.
for them, big
them.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Because it's just like if your mom tries to tell you, well, this is what you need to do and this is what you don't need to do, but you are not your mother. You're not trying to repeat your mother's relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You're having your own relationships, or your father or your sister or your brother. I mean, it don't matter. That person can be projecting onto you their concerns that don't even really have anything to do with you.
Facts.
Or even some tainted experiences that sometimes, remember Jacoya told us this, sometimes you need some negative experiences so you can learn from them.
Facts. So you can decipher what kind of cup of tea you want to take.
It's about balance.
So let's get to it, though, Erica.
What I would say.
Oh, my bad.
Just to that point, what I would say is it's like eating fish with bones in it. Everything won't be palatable. Everything won't be digestible. So then you take where you are and then you say, that's for me. Because I know myself and I know where I am and I understand where I'm trying to go. So I can eat that. I can digest that. The rest is bones.
Gotcha.
And respectfully. And I don't mean to be condescending, but the average person doesn't know themselves, but they don't know that they don't know themselves.
Right.
So it's kind of dangerous, like to give a child fish with bones,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
That's
many
good.
of us we grow up, but how many of us are emotionally mature?
Mm-hmm.
Most of us did not have parents that were assisting us with that particular point of our maturity.
That's true.
And then we're grown. We have businesses, houses, cars, whatever. And it's a very tender touch point to say, okay, but there's this part of you that we haven't been given attention to.
Mm-hmm.
And everything looks good on the outside, but there's a reason we're a professional success and a personal mess.
Right.
And it's this over here. It's this part right here. So we talked about the segments of self-love, self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
We think we have it together, but we really don't. And it takes a third party many times to help you see that, because you can't see the color of your own eyes unless you're in a mirror. And sometimes a mirror is a trusted confidant, friend, or coach.
Got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to business, especially real estate, I got some friends that are contractors. I really don't work with contractors that I'm friends with too often. I don't want to cross that boundary because real estate's a little bit different, right? It's not always perfect. Just because we may be going into an older home that has its uneven areas and things that somebody coming in to renovate can't totally control because it's not a new build. And so there may be differences in what I see and what you could do. And those disputes may come between our friendships. Habits that I don't know that you have, whether it's coming to work late or, taking long lunches or working on multiple projects at the same time. Things like that may come in between us because you're looking at it hey, this is how I work. And I'm going over here and get my money too and this and that. But I'm like, no, I need your full focus here.
Right.
And so the way, contracting works, it's a contracted job.
Yes.
And so you typically have a deadline. But in some cases, people work differently.
Right.
And if you haven't aligned those things in a scope of work, sometimes it can get foggy. And in doing real estate, sometimes you just on a go and you don't follow the scope of work just because you just got to get it done. All right. So I don't do that because I've been in business with friends before and business always has to end, right? And not everybody takes it the same way.
That's so true.
And and so like it's you understand it coming into it, but you can't never predict what's gonna cost the end.
That's true.
And that gets real tough. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So
that's true.
That's one of my do's and don'ts when it comes to real estate.
Yes. Right.
I don't work with friends.
Yes.
Unless they're doing maintenance. If you're fixing something or patching something and doing me a favor, here go your 200-300. I appreciate you, my guy.
Yes.
But that's the end of it. Quick in and out.
Yeah.
But we're not doing a big, we're not doing plumbing, we're not doing electrical.
We're not doing it.
Now, when it comes to relationships, what are some do's and don'ts, Erica, that you kind of like apply to your personal life?
Okay, well, I'm going to say because I am a Christian and because I definitely wanted to do it differently than I had done it before, one of my don'ts became, and I'll explain the became, it became, I don't want to have sex with you if I'm not married to you. And in normal relationship, everyday relationships, situationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged, anything that's not marriage, that's kind of the expectation. I'm spending time with you. I'm spending money on you. I may live with you. I may have a child with you. You gonna give me them yams.
Hey, that's properly phrased, though. That's properly phrased. I appreciate that.
You giving me the yams.
Yes.
Okay.
So for me, it was one, you could get all of these things, and this one thing it's for me, but it's precious to me. I don't know if it's precious to you. You can get up 12 years in, 5 years in, 2 years in, and say, no, I'm good. So then you would just be another person that I gave something very, very precious to that wasn't going to be with me for the long haul. So I wanted to stop that cycle because before I was with it. I was like, okay, we in here, we dating, get to know you a little bit, make you wait a little bit, and I do mean a little bit. And then we get to it, right? Lord. It wasn't just your expectation. It's mine too.
Gotcha.
Like, I want, drop them draws.
Oh.
Like, sir. But then I realized that if I'm giving away something that God told me that only really belongs to my husband, I can't be out here giving away his stuff and then wanting him to appreciate it the same.
Ooh, Lord.
I got you.
And we're not talking about nothing specific like elasticity. No, I'm talking about the value of who I am and what it costs me to keep for you.
Yes.
Understood.
So then that just became my don't. And it didn't matter who you was. I'm talking about Obama's son. I'm talking about if he had one. You still can't get it until we say I do, because I need to know that when I'm giving it to you, you're going to be the last person I give it to.
Understood.
If I provided a broad stroke, I would say don't give anything that you'll regret if you can't get it back. Period.
Ooh, that's heavy.
That's
Period.
And
period.
That goes far.
That does.
That goes far.
That's it.
Like, give me one example. That was wrong.
It could even be family. It could even be with your family.
Okay.
Don't give out money lending if it's going to be a problem if they don't give it back. Right. So, for example, I don't lend money.
I don't either.
Right? I'll just gift it to you.
Because
I value our relationship over what's going to go down if I feel like you're out of integrity with me. Right? So that's a very simple, example. Some people don't use it and relationships are lost. And I was like, it ain't worth it to me. Right? I value our connection more. And I will resent you later. At the family reunion, when I see you knowing you got my stuff. Whatever my stuff is. You took my stuff. But the truth is, I gave it to you.
That's right.
So if I'm going to be more responsible with me, and if I'm going to hold myself accountable, I just need to stop the behavior from this end.
Right.
And no longer even leverage any. No. I'm going to be upset if I don't get that back. so I'm going to keep it. And on the flip side, though, when I'm married, I don't withhold anything anymore.
Right.
I don't understand why.
Mm.
I mean, I'm aware, but it doesn't make sense to me, I will say. Why when you get married, you're still holding up stuff back. That's crazy. We are one now. Give it up. Give up the yam.
Yeah.
Give up the communication.
Yeah.
Give up the vulnerability.
Yes.
We're here now. What am I still waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're not married and maybe there's some concern, because here's the thing. We're not married for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason we're not married.
Mm-hmm.
Are we working on that?
Are we working on that?
You talking to the people in the back that have been together for 5 years?
I'm just saying, are we working on whatever the issue is? Or are we just wasting time trading strokes? I'm just trying to figure out. I'm asking for all my friends. Because if there's a reason we're not married, it would help us, it would behoove us, it would push us forward if we start resolving what those reasons are. And if nothing can be done with it, let's cut ties. And if we can fix it, let's fix it so we can freely and openly and totally enjoy each other. Ooh. If there's a piece of me that doesn't feel comfortable marrying you, there's a piece of me that I don't feel comfortable revealing to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to I'm not going to give you none of that. If I'm going to be upset, I'm not going to get it back, or it's not going to be protected. It's not going to be valued. Mm-mm. So, we can get on all these little nitpicky examples, right? But the truth is, if you're not mine forever, you're not getting my best stuff. Mm. But when you are mine forever, you need to be getting my best stuff freely, openly, regularly, and all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Got you. What do you say about, what's your opinion, either one of you guys' opinions on people moving in together? Like that concept of, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel that, like she said, I'm not giving up the cookies until marriage, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like moving in together, that's a little intimate, especially you're going to be sleeping in the same bed. So, like, I feel like that would be very hard to practice living together. Just keeping it real, especially after some drinks on a Friday.
It don't even got to be that. First of all,
facts.
Sometimes you just roll over and that's your moment.
It is.
You could be going good for a year and a half and you turn over and everything in your body say, get it now, get it good, get it in, get it out, get it in between. And because there's access.
Right.
So what's your thoughts on that, Erica?
I wouldn't recommend.
Right.
Understood. Understood.
I can't speak to what people are going to do in their lives, right? But as for me and mine, I wasn't going to live with you if I'm not married to you. And I mean, my husband and I, we had this conversation. It was like, look, when we're married, we can live together. I'm reserving that. This is my space.
Did he want to live together before?
He didn't necessarily see an issue with it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
He thought, I think we can still make it work. I think you would enjoy living with me. And you'll enjoy it later when we marry. Mm-hmm.
So can I tell y'all my perspective?
Like, I know what you're going to say here. Go ahead.
I'm going to need you to quit knowing.
What is it? I don't know.
So, like, my thing is, I may be a little immature with this.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But
your truth.
Yeah. I feel like, I need to know what it's going to be like in a sense of living with you prior to committing like that. And because I feel like, what if I don't like the way you brush your teeth and where you don't, and where you leave your toothbrush? What if I don't
you never bought a car without test driving it?
Might say that one more time for the people in the back.
You never bought a car without test driving it.
I did.
You don't buy shoes before you try them on.
I don't.
I do.
See, online shop.
I didn't try these shoes on
online shop.
Okay,
I gotta go to the store, put them on, make sure I like
them. When I got the Tesla, my husband and I got the Tesla, we didn't test drive the car we have. We test drive one like it.
Like you rode somebody else's Tesla.
No, you go to the Tesla. You know how this works.
Yeah.
You go there, you test drive what they have there.
The Model 3 or whatever.
But they don't give you that car.
No, facts. So
I didn't test drive my car. No, I didn't.
And listen, let's be clear. We keep saying test drive, right? That just means that I'm having an experience with the thing that I'm thinking about making a longer term commitment with, right?
Yes.
What is dating?
I would consider it parallel to the test drive.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
So if you're saying I need to know what you're going to be like when I live with you, if this person has the foundational things that you really want and need, or the things that you require, things that you really require, and above that, they have the mindset that will help you move forward as a unit, then they can align themselves with the vision that God gave you for the family. How she brushes her teeth, would that really be a determining factor for you, sir?
Like, so
Would it really?
I was being petty, right?
But did you get the point?
I got the point. So I think that immaturely, growing up, and I said it to Mike before, like we had the perspective of, a lot of people had the perspective of in myself when I was younger, like I got to make sure that I could tolerate the things I don't like about that person.
Let me help you out.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to do that. That's not natural. That's why when you get married, you go through a preparation process. Now, I am not a fan of just the normal premarital counseling and coaching and all that. I'm not. I've been through it before and that didn't work. And it don't make no sense to me that you get all this support before you say I do. And then after you do, it's like they don't care anymore. What happened to the support system? That's trash. When you say I do, that's when you need the most support, because that's when she's not putting the cap on the toothpaste no more. And I need some help with this before I hurt her. Like, that's when you need the help. So it's all this preparation up front. And then once you say I do, you got gifts, everybody gone, and you looking at each other, and now you finding out the small things that you didn't have access to when you were dating. So that is why in our community we support the wives all the way through, and we support ladies who want to become wives. But let's move on back to what you said. If you don't have something keeping the two of you in the game, you're going to leave the game. What you're describing is what I say, you're having marriage problems, but you're not married, right? If you didn't put yourself in that predicament before she was your wife, you wouldn't be going through that. But if she was your wife, it wouldn't be such a big deal, because if you had allowed this woman to be your wife, then it's because she pre-qualified, she qualified, she speaks life into you, she's aligned with you. She would have hit your big chunks. That's why when she said what she said, I said, but did you get it though? Because if you hit the big chunks, the little stuff don't matter. I might not like how you cook pancakes. Your eggs aren't good to me, but you are good to me and for me. So if I got to make my own pancakes, fine. If we got to have separate toothpaste, fine. We can work through that. But what we can't do is work through the things that are not in agreement with my values. So in the dating season, instead of focusing on the stuff that's most important, we're divvying into all the extra details and getting irritated. So let's live together. So we can have sex and we can be together and we can play house and we can be close. And what we're not doing is focusing on, do I even really like you? How am I getting along with your parents? How do you communicate? How are you able to handle yourself when you can't get to me? Because just because you get married doesn't mean you're going to be together all the time. And what if you don't have the discipline to still be in alignment with your relationship when there's distance between you, when you're traveling, when there's temptation? So we're doing it backwards and then wondering why we're not getting the result we want, or we're introducing all these other things and then we sit and confused, like, do I really want to marry you? Do I? I mean, do I? Do I? It's a clearer path when you're only focused on the KPIs you needed to be focused on at that point of the situation. You got there is a such thing as trying to assess too much data at one time. In business, if I'm focused on ads, I need to be looking at what the ads are doing right now. I can look at a trend overall, but what happened for the last few days? How did that miss? What did I change? What do the people like? What is shifting on Instagram? Oh, do we have to do reels now? Wait, do I need to shift the reels? Do the captions need to look different? I need to be paying attention to that stuff. But if when I'm sitting down doing ads, I'm also looking at the huge marketing plan, and then I try to do all of it, well, now I'm not really making much progress on anything, because instead of me focusing on the objective that I was supposed to do today, now I'm sitting over here wondering if I need to do YouTube ads too. And then if I need to do that, maybe I need a new video guy. And then is Erica going to want to do that too? I mean, I could just go all day. And what do? Lose time. That's how you end up dating somebody for a long period of time. And it don't really seem like you know them any better than you did after the first 3 weeks.
Hey, you get that, bro? Because that's why the test drive ain't it, bro.
That's not it.
I just want you to know you left for a little bit. You know,
So That's the situation, in my opinion, is when you live together, you do enjoy some of the benefits that you would have if this person was your spouse. But you're also subject to a lot of the irritations that are going to come up when you put two independent adults in the same domicile. And now y'all trying to live together. There's going to be frustrations, but those frustrations would be better handled if it was a loving environment and a committed environment, and we both have the perspective that we can overcome whatever comes our way. We don't have that when we're not married. You just said, if I'm not married, I'm single. I have to deal with this shit. So get out. Why not? Why not get out? It's my house. And go get your own house.
And there are seasons in relationship. There's a season for you to do certain things for a reason. Because if we move in together 6 months in, right?
That's kind of pronto.
Oh, you can say that, but we know that it happens.
I get it.
6 months in.
I've been there before, but it's kind of like, woo.
Did you think it was pronto when you did it?
Man, yeah.
But you
like,
still
no. So my situation, I'll give you my example. She's not from here. She worked downtown, and so she leased a place near downtown, right? But it just happened to be like the wrong street. It's a bad street, right? And so when obviously I had a child coming, my thing was like, I can't have her in that environment. I mean, there's murders going on that street. And so I felt that I needed to make a move to do that. And so, that's when I decided to do that. We could obviously been like, hey, we can get you an apartment here or there. But, that's kind of like what happened.
Right.
And just to give you credit in what you're saying, Shanoria about to have a
let him finish. I'm not saying let him finish.
So that first 3 months was extremely tough. Like just because of not having that common big goal, right? And so like the irritants and I got OCD. So like it was even magnified. Like for real. Like I was getting anxiety for like stuff
Things
that don't
being out
even
of place.
bother me, but it wasn't in the places that I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? So people today ask me about my relationship. Like, bro, how you living? Because like last year, like was really like tough overall. Just like, starting over because I got an 18 and a 20. And then one didn't take it well. And then it was a lot. And then business with the turnover, just a lot. Long story short, I say this to say, I tell people all the time, like, man, home life cool is way better than before the baby came. Yeah. But I think that we aligned a little bit and conversations allowed us to understand our ultimate goal. Right. Even when we're talking about like buying a house or future plans, I had to give her my perspective on certain things, my KPIs on moving. Yeah. And she has desires and things of that nature, and I respect it. And, and then we had to like draw what situations can we or will we consider moving? Yes. And so like those conversations start to elevate to a bigger picture as time. But that took me a long time. And I say I'm guilty of not being as open. Because I was going through some other personal stuff and I had to get personal help before I even got to that level. To work through what I'm saying? Yes. Before y'all came in and started counseling me.
Well, listen, TV. And here's the thing. You can introduce so many different chaotic situations at the same time and it just explodes, right? We love our babies. Oh, we love them. But you put a baby in the mix?
Yeah.
And it's insane to me that people think, oh, well, our relationship's struggling. Let's have a baby. Girl, no.
Sometimes I feel like that's somebody trying to keep a hold of somebody else.
But that's the number one way you're going to get rid of them because it's going to aggravate the foundation that's already cracked.
That is what, this is the thing. This is the thing right here, okay? The thing is, the small things become big things because the big things are not right.
Facts.
Yes. So then everything else happens as a result. It's like, I say something to you and it's almost like, that's not what I said. And it's like, but it was just about the trash. It's not about the trash. It's about the communication. Right. You're not listening and I'm not effectively communicating what my real desire to you is. Absolutely. I'm really saying, or what I really need is for you to be more supportive around the house when there needs to be things done because I got 2 hands and 2 feet. and that's all. I'm not gonna grow no more.
And
Can I borrow some of yours?
I'll be truthful, we was at home and she was doing that type of stuff for a minute when she first had a kid. And then she was just like, hey, can you get the bottles tonight? Like, okay. Yeah. Like I don't even say nothing. Like, okay, like, you know what I mean? I ain't tripping. But it was one day where she was just like, can you get the bottles for me? Like, you know what I mean? And then boom. So like I just literally like had to take over the bottles. Yeah. Like so now she come down and be like, oh, thank you. Yes. Like I didn't even think about it. So like I just made it like just like a, you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, I've always wanted you to do that. Because I'm over here doing this and that laundry and this and that. So like, thank you. But like she's more open to communicating and
proactively.
Yes.
But it happened backwards. So I'm not saying that I'm doing it the right way, but I'm understanding when you're saying the big picture or underlining thing.
There's not necessarily a right way. And I want us to be clear. It's about, for your outcomes, you didn't stick to the playbook. So you took some audibles and now you're incurring the result of deviation. And that's all it is.
Gotcha.
And then as far as her ability to communicate effectively to you, it's going to help if she's able to share with you what she requires to feel balanced. So you're not trying to put the pieces together, guess, and figure it out. Because that introduces angst and anxiety, right? So it's just, it's a lot.
She used to talk to my mama. My mama used to be like, just tell that nigga.
Oh my Lord, don't tell me that. I'm trying to
That's what my mama used to do. So he used to be like,
please get the mamas out the relationship.
So I will say, no. So I will say that my mama don't participate in it.
But she just did.
That time she did, but my mama don't get in between that.
I mean, we love your mama, but all I'm saying is this. And I don't mean I know toes about to crunch. I'm about to step on them. But if you got to go to his mama to talk to him, then that ain't your man for real yet. Ooh. Because I can talk into my man. Ooh. Can't nobody else talk into him like I can.
That's deep.
If you got to go your mama.
No, she wasn't. It was just conversation.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
Right. She's talking about period.
I'm just saying in general. Period.
Ooh, that's tough.
If you got to go to the mama.
Ooh, that's tough.
That's still her baby, but that ain't your man.
Woo! That's it.
So on that note, you know what I'm saying? Don't go past the stop sign. Don't go past the stop sign. Oh, that's a whole one. So for today's announcements, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, the red button, man. Hit the notifications. Therefore, every Wednesday, man, you could be alerted about what we got going on. Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. But obviously, a lot of us need help and support in our journeys to become successful husbands, wives especially. Yeah. Where could they tap in and learn a little bit more? Get that special direct attention. And you didn't want to talk about it, but can I tell you this? What? You let them know why they needed to come to you in the beginning of the podcast.
That's a good point. So it still provided value.
Yes.
I'm just, all
right.
So where can they go see you at?
Eric. You right. You were right about that. If you want to connect further, get some more value, you can find me on Instagram as Shanoria, the confident one.
Or you can also tap into getandstaymarried.com.
Last but not least, put your comments below. Let us know what you want to hear and talk about, yo. Because we're actually going to host Q&As once a month where we actually give you some feedback on your questions, give you some insight, perspective. Like she said, there's no right way, but we're going to try to summarize the best ways to kind of like tackle any issues and or maybe even create some dialogue over some issues that could, they could be helpful in and I could assist in by kind of like, giving them my insights when I was outside.